Hi guys, welcome back everybody. The video you are currently watching is a bonus video and is more suitable for people who have some experience in programming. We will be creating a whole experiment in one session. However, there are also some more detailed step-by-step videos on our YouTube channel. However, I think it's beneficial for those who have some experience in scripting to show how fast we actually can create an experiment in NeuroTask. Before we start, I think it's useful that you know that we are going to create a go, no-go task, that we want to store the correct responses and reaction time. We want to ask for some demographic details and give some instructions. After that, we are going to create a loop including our trials. At the end, we will give some feedback to the participant. And finally, I will show you how we could store the data. So, I only have got 1 hour, preferably less. So let's begin. Let's see, what type of variables do we need? I think it's useful if we make some variables including our stimuli. And let's say we have two types of stimuli, namely stimuli go, which will be a string go. Always end the line with a semicolon in JavaScript, and I'm gonna make a variable stimuli no go, and that will be a string containing no go. Let's say we want to do 30 trials, so that means that I'm going to create a for loop. For I is 0, I is smaller than, let's say, 15, I plus plus. And over here I'm going to, let's first make a new variable, stimuli all, and that would be an empty array, because we are going to push several elements inside this array. Let's see. Oh, I made a mistake. Let's place a var over here to tell JavaScript we are defining variables. Place commas to tell JavaScript we're not finished. And the semicolon to tell JavaScript that we are finished defining the variables over here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to push the stimuli go inside stimuli all, and I'm going to do so. I'm going to do so for, let's say, 15 times. So this means that we're going to push this stimuli go, which actually is go, inside stimuli all, and do the same for no go 15 times. So this means that stimuli all will contain 30 elements, 15 go, 15 no go. Right now I'm going to shuffle stimuli all in order to randomize order. Let's see, do we need some more variables? Yes, we do. Let's say we later on want to save reaction times. That will be an empty array containing all the reaction times. Let's see, we also want to score the amount of hits with the initial value of 0 and the amount of false alarms also with the initial value of 0. Let's place some commas over here. Okay. Let's see, ask for some demographic details and give instructions. Okay, so let's first ask the participants their name. So then we are going to use the function input, which will create a small input field. And over there, I'm going to ask, please fill in your name or number if you work with anonymized data. finish the line with a semicolon. We also need to tell NeuroTask how we want to save this data. I'm going to save it as name or number. Okay. Let's see what's interesting else. Maybe ask the person his or her gender. So for that, I'm going to use the radio function, which will create several answer options. Oh, forgot the capital. Please select your gender. Then over here, we define an array with the options. So the first option is male, second option female, and we're going to store this data as gender. Very good. And some instructions, of course. Let's say we want some instructions at the beginning of our experiment. If you want to type instructions, you easily just type instruction, which will actually just display text and create an OK button. Welcome to my first experiment. Okay, let's see, and let's give some instructions for the trials. Instruction, please press the G key when you see go. Okay, and then another instruction. Do nothing when you see no go. We don't have to fill in the name how we want to save this instruction, since there's no input from the participant, and thus it's not necessary to save the data. Okay, let's see. We're going to create a loop including the trials. So we're going to make a loop for I is 0. Next, I'm going to define I is smaller than stimuli all dot length, which is 30 right now. And each time we go through the cycle, increase the value of I with 1. Okay, and what do we want to show inside our trials? Let's start with a fixation cross. I think the easiest way to create this is to just use the text function. So we easily just type text. Inside, we're going to place a plus. And over here, I'm going to give a second argument. This means that I want to show 300% the size of the text over here. Yes, well, after they have seen the fixation cross, oh, there's another thing I need to do. I need to tell NeuroTask how long I want to show this fixation cross. And I do this by placing an await statement at the next line. So await 3000 milliseconds. So now we will wait 3 seconds until the fixation cross goes away. I realized this is quite long. Let's make it 500 milliseconds for the fixation cross. Okay, so after that, we either want to show the word go or no go. The good thing is that we have an already shuffled array called reaction time, including the shuffled go and no go that are pushed 15 times inside stimuli all. So we have 30 shuffled items, let's say, and now we're going to do the following. We're going to show text, and the text that we're going to show is stimuli all, but we don't want to show all the elements. No, we're just going to start with the first one, which corresponds to 0. However, each time I'm doing a new trial, I increases, so I can replace the 0 with I. So this means first trial, the I over there will be 0. Second trial, I will be 1. And in this way, we will select elements inside the reaction time array that we just created before. Yes, I'm going to end the line with a semicolon. Well, the next thing we need to do is create an if statement. Namely, if people see go, then they press G. If they see no go, then they do nothing. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is capturing the keys of our participant, and for that we use the await key statement. It's actually just the same as await. However, it waits for a specific key until it's pressed or until the time has passed by of 3 seconds right now. Let's see, end this line with a semicolon. The next thing I'm going to do is write an if statement. Namely, if you see go, then and press the G button, then we want to add 1 to the value of hits. Yes, so we're going to do that. So if stimuli all I, actually it is go, and await key is G, then we want to add 1 to the value of hits. Yes, however, there's a slight problem right now. The await key function is used over here, whilst we actually want an object in which the await key is defined. So how we are going to do that? Over here, I'm going to create an empty variable. For instance, I call this variable answer. Then I will type over here answer is await key. And over here, I'm going to remove this function and place answer dot key. In this way, we actually stored await key inside answer. And by typing dot key after answer, I'm looking into the key object of the object answer. And if that's actually G, I'm going to call it hits plus plus. However, if stimuli all I is go, or actually no go, and an answer dot key is G, then we want to add 1 to the value of false alarms. Okay, end the lines with a semicolon. The next thing, reaction times. So only for the correct trials, we're going to save the reaction time of our subject. So for instance, let's say over here, I want to push the reaction time inside the array reaction times. So we're going to type reaction times dot push. And what do I want to push? Actually, again, this answer object. However, now I do not want to assess the key, but I want to assess the reaction time. And it's abbreviated to RT. So in this way, we are going to push the reaction times inside our empty array reaction times. However, there's a slight problem right now. If you do not tell NeuroTask to not limit the amount of decimals, I think you will get 10 decimals. However, this does not look very nice inside your data. So I'm going to type a dot over here and then 2 fixed. And then the amount of decimals I want, which is 2 in my case. So what happens right now is that from the answer, we assess the reaction time and we're going to limit the amount of decimals to 2 and we're going to push that inside our empty array reaction time. In this way, a nice array including all the reaction time will occur. Let's see, I think that was it for the loop including the trials. Now let's give some feedback to our participants. Let's just type text. You had X correct responses. And however, X over here I want to replace with the value of hits. However, if I type hits over here, NeuroTask just thinks I want to type text. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to place parentheses over here, a plus on each side of hits, and parentheses over there. Oh, these are actually two. I only want one. So let's see. In this way, we will show you had the number of correct responses. So I think this is in order. Last thing we need to do is store the data. You do that with the log function. So let's say log, what do I want to save? I want to save reaction times. Store that as RT, for instance. And I want to save the amount of hits. And I'm gonna call that variable hits with a capital, line with a semicolon. Well, I think that was it for this experiment. It's not necessary to press save since the button already has become gray. Well, let's see if everything works correctly. Oh, wait, there's something I forgot. I did not place an await over here, so then it immediately jumps to the end of the experiment, and now this text will be visible for 3 seconds. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna press play. Welcome to my first experiment. Okay, please fill in your name or number. My name is Job. Select your gender, male, instructions. Please press the G key when you see go. Okay. Do nothing when you see no go. Okay, well, I'm just gonna press the G button as fast as I can to save you guys some time. G, 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 G. As you see, everything is nicely shuffled by using the shuffle function and place an array inside the function. Yep. Okay, so we have 30 trials in total. G, G. I had 15 correct responses. Woohoo, that is a very good. Let's see, I'm gonna look at the data. Look if everything is correctly stored. Ba-dum. Okay, so this is the data. Over here you will see the name of the variable, how you stored it, and over here the value. So everything works appropriate. I will see reaction times, very good. And then all the separate reaction times saved as an array over here. And besides, we store the amount of hits, and I had 15 correct responses. So we can see the data is correctly stored. You can easily just send a link to your friends or family or your participants. Let's see, you can click over here, QR code of this experiment. And over here you can see the link that you can just send to your friends, family, participants through WhatsApp, whatever you prefer, email, or you can just send a QR code which will directly send them to this web page. Well guys, that was everything. This is a fairly simple experiment, although I also used some time to explain several things I did while scripting. However, I think we're finished in about half an hour, so I think that's a good job. Very good, guys. This is your first experiment. This video was relatively very fast. There's also some more detailed videos which are more like a step-by-step process. However, I think it's nice for those who have some experience in program to show how fast you can actually create an experiment in NeuroTask. That was it. Thank you guys for watching.